Hello human beings of the internet, happy Vlogmas day 14. Today I am bringing you a video that I think is going to help a lot of you that have been commenting on my Parsons first year experience video, asking me a bunch of questions. I'm going to be answering most of those questions today, especially because somebody commented on one of my videos asking me about student life at Parsons, and I offered to just make a video about it, and she said that would be really helpful. So this is for you and for everybody else that has questions. If I don't answer the questions that you still have, then leave them on this video and I will answer them for sure. So let's just jump right into it because there are quite a few questions that you all ask me a lot. So first and foremost, straight off the bat here, what is student life at Parsons like, or just at the new school? So there are a lot of perks of being a student at the new school. Small things like you can borrow some really nice cameras from the school for like a weekend or for a day. You can reserve cameras with the equipment center, which is in one of the buildings, and it's really nice because you can take some really good pictures. And if you don't have a digital camera but you want to go explore the city and take some good pictures, then you can just borrow a camera. Also, you get into the Museum of Modern Art for free by just showing your new school ID. Athletics and recreation, that whole department has some free health and fitness classes or like outings that you can do for a discounted price, which is really cool. My friends and I last year in the spring went to do rock climbing, which was really fun. Yeah, there's that. But on like a more serious level, in my own experience, it hasn't been so bad, but asking people that work at the school for help in terms of like financial aid or housing or anything like that, it's sometimes really hard to get in touch with people and to have them actually be helpful and nice to you. If possible, try to do all of those kinds of meetings in person if you have to inquire about something, because at the beginning of the year, last year, my freshman year, I was trying to move out of my dorm and I literally didn't get out until December because of lack of people responding to me, and I didn't always have time to like go and hound the housing office to help me. So I mean, it's tricky, so you gotta find a way around it, but it's not super bad. You just have to be persistent or go in person to talk to people, and don't be afraid to like fight back with what they tell you, because some people have fought for scholarships and financial aid at the school and they have gotten it. The other questions that I'm asked a lot, one of them is, should I submit my SAT scores to Parsons? And I submitted my scores. They were just like average. They are optional, so you don't have to submit them. I'm not sure how much they factor into your application. How do you deal with time management at Parsons is also a great question that people ask me. I didn't really have much room to procrastinate, especially not at Parsons. If you don't do your homework, then you get zeros and you can fail out of the class if it happens multiple times, so you want to avoid that. And it's a lot of pressure, but it's like a good kind of pressure because it doesn't like leave you too much time to slack off. I mean, in some cases, some people still didn't care and they would just not do well. But how do I manage my time? I blocked out how much time I thought was appropriate or necessary for a certain assignment. I had a planner and I would write in my planner when I was planning on working on it with that given amount of time. I wasn't one of those kids that would stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning over a homework assignment because I didn't think that was worth it. Some people do, and that's totally fine, but I'm just saying personally that was not my style. I didn't want to lose sleep over homework if I could find a way to do it and do it well in reasonable hours. I mean, I still, not to like brag and be annoying, but like I made the dean's list. I still did really well. So leading into time management, if you have good time management, then you will be able to do things in New York. So the question was, how do you make time to do things in New York City? I found a way to manage my time. I gave myself a certain amount of time on the weekends where I would go and do something fun with my friends or sometimes by myself, like go to Rockefeller Center because that's my favorite place in the whole city, and I would just hang out and make time for myself. You have to have good time management in order to do things in New York, but often a lot of assignments will involve going places in New York, going to see a museum, an exhibit at a museum, going to just explore Central Park. I had an assignment like that in my first semester of freshman year and it was awesome. So there will be assignments that get you out and exploring the city, so do not worry. And one of my assignments this year, my studio class this year before I left, was to go to Roosevelt Island, which I had never been to. It's between Manhattan and Queens, and it was awesome. Next question, should your portfolio be only media that reflects the major you're applying to? I'm a photography major, and my portfolio was mixed media. It wasn't all photographs because I had strong pieces from my transparent anatomy class in high school, and I had some cool ceramic pieces that I wanted to include. A lot of my portfolio, big chunk of it was photographs, but I tried to make it mixed media so that they would be able to see that I was capable of doing more than just photography. I don't know if there's like a certain requirement. I don't remember for Parsons if it was like you have to have certain ceramics or drawings or whatever, a certain number of pieces like that. I don't think so. Some people I know applied to fashion design having no experience designing anything in their entire life, and they didn't have any fashion design in their portfolio, and they still got in. I would always suggest mixed media if possible. One of the big questions that people ask me, was FIT an option for me? Did I consider applying to FIT, which is the Fashion Institute of Technology, right near Parsons in New York City, but obviously not the same school. I considered applying to FIT. I mean, I started the application. I never finished it because it was really long and an annoying application, and I had a really stressful time applying to college, so I gave up on that application. But I did consider it, and people also asked me to compare FIT and Parsons, and honestly, I can't do that because I don't have any experience with FIT. I have seen people come from FIT to Parsons, and I've seen people go from Parsons to FIT, so it really depends on what you're gonna major in. If it's fashion design, I don't have much to say because I don't have any experience with that. That's the extent of my knowledge. The last thing that I saw on that video that somebody had asked me, can you take classes at Parsons and in another division of the school? There are dual degree programs, and I believe that's the BAFA program, BAFA. You get to take classes at Parsons, and you can also take like creative writing if you wanted to, or music stuff. It really depends. I don't have tons of information on it because I was not a BAFA student, but you can look it up on the New School's website, and I'm sure there will be information about it. If you also don't know what the New School's website is, I will link it down below. You have to take liberal arts electives when you get into like sophomore year and on. My liberal arts elective this semester would have been a women's studies class, and it had nothing to do with art really. If you are a Parsons major, you will have to take liberal arts classes just as electives, just part of the requirements. But if you want a dual degree, then that is a thing, and you can look it up on the New School's website. That concludes the FAQ about Parsons, things that people are frequently asking me. I hope this was helpful if you are considering going to Parsons, and if you have questions that I did not answer, like I said, leave them down below and I will answer them, I promise. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Whatever forever. Bye, Felicia.